Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a quick cooking video for you guys because it's been a while since I've done a cooking video. It's not going to be anything too crazy or anything that's going to take a long time. I'm just going to fry some pork chops and make some rice and gravy. I don't have anything but one gravy pack, so I'm going to have to make some gravy from scratch. Excuse me guys, something was in my throat, but anyway. I'm gonna have to make my own gravy from scratch, and then I'm gonna add this into it so I'll have enough gravy, because I thought I had more than one pack, but I just have this one. So I got some thinly cut pork chops here. Oh my gosh, I got some thinly cooked sliced pork chops here, and the first thing that I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna take some mustard, just yellow mustard. It doesn't matter what brand it is, as long as it's just mustard. Well, actually, before I do the mustard, I'm going to season my meat. I'm going to be using just seasoned salt, just a little bit of it. Sometimes I use Creole season, but I feel like seasoned salt will be well, but you will do just fine. But if you want to season it with something else, then you can. After you season it, the next thing you want to do is take your mustard. And make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Take the mustard, rub it all around the meat. Make sure you get mustard all over the meat, because this is gonna help your flour to stick, and it's also gonna give your pork chops a really good taste. Now, my husband told me this because I've never used mustard to put on my chicken or my pork chops before he told me, and ever since that I've been using it, I use it every time I fry. Okay, once we've done that and we have the, let me put this camera down. No, I almost had an accident. Oh my gosh, guys, hold on. Oh my gosh, guys, I almost dropped this thing. I'm using my phone to record instead of my camera, and my phone, the screen is already cracked and all that jazz or whatever. You know, if it falls one more time, it's done for. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is take some flour and pour it over my pork chops, like so. You can shake them up if you don't want to touch them, but if you want to make sure the flour gets on all of it, you want to make sure that you roll them around in here. You can wear gloves if you want to, I guess, but I'm at home and I'm cooking, so I'm not trying to wear gloves. But if you were trying to prepare it for like somebody else, you could wear gloves, because they may not feel comfortable with you rubbing down all their meat with mustard and seasoning and everything. So alright guys, I'm going to be making some cornbread with this, because it's going to be fried pork chops, rice, and gravy. Excuse my daughter over there throwing a fit. She gets real impatient whenever she sees me in the kitchen, even when I tell her over and over that I'm cooking and it'll be done in a minute. She is impatient the whole entire time, so you guys may hear her throwing a fit in the background. So anyways, this is the Aunt Jemima buttermilk cornmeal mix that I love to use. It's the only one I really like to use. I don't really like Jiffy. A lot of people like Jiffy, but I don't. Even though I do like to add a little sugar to my cornbread, because I know that Jiffy has a little sweet taste to it, and maybe that's why a lot of people like it. But I feel like it has like this aftertaste for me, so that's why I don't like it. Okay, so it says here on the back of the package, is pretty simple to make. 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, which, look, I don't measure it out. I just kind of pour it out. Once you're a person, ooh, child. Once you're a person that you start cooking a lot, you may not follow the measurements to be exact. You may just like eye the ingredients. So anyway, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 cups of the cornmeal, 1 tablespoon of sugar if you want. I'm going to put more than 1 tablespoon, 1 1/2 cup of milk, and 1 egg. So let's go ahead and add all that. Alright guys, I think they said something like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar, but look, no, I'm not doing 2 or 3 tablespoons. Let's see. This is a 1/3 cup, so I think I'm gonna fill this about halfway. I don't want it too sweet, so that may end up being about that amount, a little bit more than 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. And guys, I really need to buy me some mixing bowls because I have some metal mixing bowls, but I really don't like to use those. So I always use my go-to green bowl whenever I'm needing it for like a battering chicken, fish, anything like that. So I really need to buy me a plastic bowl set. That's why I'm mixing here in this glass bowl. But I'm gonna put my cornbread mix into this pan. Now I got this little pan. It's Cooking Light. And it costs $4.49 at Ross, and this is a really good non-stick pan. I really love it. So we're going to stir this up, and then we're going to pour it in the pan. I already got the oven preheated to 425. I have my grease over here getting hot to fry my pork chops. I think I'm going to fry my pork chops first because that's the thing that takes the longest. Then I'll do my gravy and the rice last. And we got this one in here. Trying to be impatient. Alright, darlings. So, the next thing that we need to do is get you some spray. This is some Pam butter spray. Spray your pan. Even though this is non-stick, I still spray my pan. And pour in your cornmeal. I hear my grease over there bubbling and popping. Alright guys, the oven's already preheated. I have it in here. I'm about to go ahead and stick it in the oven. Alright, we got the grease over here hot. This is my cast iron skillet that I always used to fry in. This is one of my bigger ones. And I have some smaller ones, and I say like the best thing to fry in is a cast iron skillet, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pork chops in here, and I'm just going to do 2 at a time. Since these are thin pork chops, they won't take that long to fry. So I'm going to let those fry, and I'm going to start prepping the stuff that I need to make my gravy. And the first thing I'm going to need is this white onion, since I'm going to make me some gravy from scratch to add on with the little 1 pack of gravy I have. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I haven't made gravy from scratch in a while, and I pretty much remember how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this onion up. I know it's kind of crazy to be cutting this onion this close to this grease, but I assure you I'm being careful. You don't want I like to turn my pork chops. I don't want them to get like real dark on one side. All this onion, because I like a lot of onion in my gravy, and I know this may not be the correct way to chop and dice, but this is the way that I do it. I'm not a professional. My husband is way better at, handling the knife and cutting things. Whenever he sees me cut anything, he gets nervous. He really be nervous watching me cut right here next to this grease, which is something I may need to stop doing, guys. Note to self, guys, do not try to do like Joy and try to cut onions or cut up anything next to hot grease, because you can get popped. So, I didn't get popped, but I wouldn't want anybody else to try it and get popped. You should have the sense to know that the grease is hot. Alright guys, these pork chops are almost finished. I want to show y'all how they need to look once they're done. Alright guys, I'm going to take them out. Let me show you guys up close. This is what you want them to look like. So I'm going to fry the rest of these pork chops, and when I'm getting ready to make the gravy, I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to go ahead and make the gravy next, and then the rice last, because the rice is pretty simple to make. Now, I usually like to get some minute rice, some 5-minute, 10-minute, whatever that minute rice, because it's so much quicker. And I used to have a hard time just cooking regular rice, but now I'm pretty good at doing it. But I'd say if you were trying to make this a quick meal that you were trying to cook, I would use the minute rice because it's so much quicker and just so much easier to do. Over here in this skillet, guys, I have my white onion chopped up with a little bit of oil, and I'm going to let that brown before I add some flour, and then I'm going to add the other pack of gravy and get that going. Okay, guys, while that's going, I wanted to say something to you guys about an upcoming video I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video for you guys giving y'all my top 5 favorite drama, suspense, shows, like my favorite TV shows that I've been watching lately. Like if you're a person that likes like a lot of shows that like has drama, a lot of romance and stuff like that, then I have like 5 shows that you really need to watch. So I don't want to say too much because I'm going to do a whole video on it. I'm going to not go too deep in detail. There may be a few spoilers, so if you notice any of the names on the list of the shows, then I'm going to give a warning for spoilers or whatever. But I'm definitely going to be doing a show like that, because a video like that, because with being home during quarantine, especially me homeschooling my kids and stuff, whenever I got me a little me time, I like to sit back and, you know, watch a really interesting and entertaining show. And the good thing about these shows, guys, is they have lots and lots of episodes to them, and they're like an hour long. And I just can't stand a show that the seasons are short. Not saying that shows that have like short seasons aren't good. It's just that, oh my gosh, you know, just like Mandalorian. I love The Mandalorian, but it's like you just want more and more. They just give you a little bit, and then you have to wait like a year or longer for the show. But don't get me wrong, I still love the show. But anyway, guys, let me focus on this. All right, darling. So here's my gravy. I added the first thing I did was chopped up my onions, and then I added in some oil, and I went ahead and put 1 cup of water. I added the pack of gravy mix that I already had right here, and then I just, oops, y'all can't see it. And then I added a little more water, and I added some flour to thicken it up. Okay, guys, I got my gravy finished. We got our pork chops over here. I got 2 more frying, and I'm waiting on my cornbread to get done, and then I'll make the rice. Okay, guys, my cornbread is finished. I always like to take some butter on the back of like a spoon or a knife and like rub some butter along the top of my cornbread. Yeah, it may be fattening, but it's good, so that's what I do. Alright, guys, the last thing that we're waiting on is the rice, but everything else is done. So when the rice gets done, I'm going to plate everything and show you guys. I'm going to let my kids eat and get ready for bed so I can finish straightening up the house and lay back, wait for my husband to get off work. And he doesn't get off till later tonight, and I always wait for him to eat, and so I'm going to wait until he gets home so we can eat together. Okay, guys, here's the finished product. We got the rice and gravy, we got the pork chops, and the cornbread. And that's going to be all for this video, guys. I'm out.